look at that, look at that. Now, they took off running a minute ago because of a crow that got after them, got after those babies. And there's all 8 of them there. And that bunch, look how big they are. And then this bunch over here is, I have a hard time. Anyway, I think the other has there's both pair down there anyway, and I think all 12 of them are there. I'll just cut to the chase. I think all 12 of them are there. Don't know what I'm trying to say sometimes, but they were all out there in the yard. We got very little video of them there on that little look right there, but well, they kind of go to that water anytime they think there might be danger. They go to that water. But I didn't notice them until they were almost all the way through the yard. But you can see them going through the woods there. Might be able to see them through another window. I'll check. Well, I did get a shot of them through another window, and now they're all going back the other way. Going right back through the same tree I was shooting them a minute ago. In the other direction. I guess they're just really spooky. They're just super nervous, I guess, this morning. And I don't know how many are there. I don't know. I guess it's just 8. I don't know where the other 2 went out for the life of me. Where'd they go? I lost them there for a minute. For the life of me, I swear I thought I saw another pair out there. They must have gone on. I guess that's all 8 of that bunch. I can't count heads. Might let it turn sideways. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't count to 5, guys. But I can count to 4 twice. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay. That's all 8 of those guys right there. Now the other ones were out there, and I guess I don't know where they went. I don't know what happened to the other ones. But anyway, very cool way to start the morning. You can see the rays of the sun coming through the trees there. Bright, sunshiny day, full moon last night. Bright, clear sky, not a cloud in the sky, totally blue everywhere. As the rays are coming through the trees there, down on the ground. And then as we zoom in, we find Red Tag and her little family there. Her boy and girl. Obviously, it looks like she's still got probably another little boy or little girl or both inside of her. It looks like another fat doe come in there. A deer coming running, but decided to back away. The feeding's not gone off yet. We're probably still another 45 minutes away from the feeder going off. But they have kind of a built-in clock. They kind of gather around getting ready. There's plenty of them to eat out there, but they love that South Fresh deer food. Crow even knows it. Squirrel knows it. Everybody's getting ready. Another squirrel. Look like little scorpions crawling around on the ground. But deer are beginning to scatter around out there. There's a little buck down there coming in. Look over here. Another deer over here to the right if we can find him. Now, so they're beginning to scatter around out there early this morning. And as we go on over the next 30 minutes or so, there'll be even more. Absolutely heaven to look out. Look at that squirrel up on top of that Texas Hunter feeder. You want some enjoyment, invest in a feeder and some South Fresh deer feed. And mostly all over America, wherever people live, there are deer. All kinds of other wildlife. My buddy Ron out in Colorado, he's got big mule deer bucks that come around his house. Absolutely spectacular. Big, giant mule deer racks. Beautiful deer, beautiful deer. They know they're safe around Ron's house. Look at that, isn't that fantastic? And there'll be more as we get closer toward that feeder going off. On the other side of the house, looking toward the lake, we find our mother goose family. And we try to count 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know, that's not good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think there's 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 8. Oh, looky there. There's the younger family. I don't know that mom and daddy's any younger, but the babies are definitely younger. Look at the difference in size. And there's 4 of them, so we're good. A dozen babies still alive and well, doing well this morning. That's always a pleasant thing to find out, because we worry about the little babies no matter what they are. And there's mom and daddy and 4 little babies, and they're growing larger every day. And right out of the picture, they swim. Those 2 bucks there are not too concerned about anything, are they? At least one buck. I don't know what the other one was. I think they're both bucks. It's a pretty good sized buck looking this way. The other one, I can't really see any nubbins from here, but I believe that's a buck also. Just from the size of the deer. Really, really, really large deer. But there are 2 deer laying there. One, we can see the big nubbins. Big antlers growing. They're not nubbins, really. They're antlers, big around, growing. Another deer over in the prayer circle. I think that's just a yearling doe. I could see a couple other deer out there a moment ago. Don't really know where they are. Probably behind a tree. Well, there's one right there. There was 5 out there. Still too early for the feeder to go off, so they're just kind of wandering around. 2 squirrels wandering down that tree. Another squirrel back there. Might have to open squirrel season here. A little too many squirrels around. Free food. But what a picture that is there. You notice one's looking one way and one's looking the other. They're always on guard. Always on guard. Hi, boys and girls. Hi there. You sure are a pretty bunch this morning. In the prayer circle. In the prayer circle. And waiting on the Texas Hunter feeder to start throwing South Fresh deer food. What a pretty bunch of, I think that's all mamas and babies. I don't see any antlers growing out there. Might be one small one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's a little buck right there, a little young buck. 8. 8 mamas and babies out there. 8 mamas and babies, how pretty. Everybody still looks pretty fat. We have not had any babies born in the pen yet, so another little buck right there. Plus a little buck grazing in the prayer circle. So that's 2 little bucks right there that will have their very first antlers this year. They're gonna be really nice, really, really nice for their first antlers. And I think maybe only 1 or 2 of those deer have tags in them. All the other deer are totally wild. If you can say totally wild, we pretty much tamed them up. Yes, we have. Which is really pretty cool when you think about it. Be standing this close to wild deer, having them not pay a whole lot of attention to you. In fact, know that you're their friend, you're their provider, you're their sustainer. There's another little buck right there, so we must have I don't know, maybe that was one I was already looking at. Might be 3 little bucks out there. I might have already been looking at that one, I don't know. I know that there's still one in the prayer circle. Actually, he's been joined by his sister in the prayer circle. Just enjoying herself this morning. Look over and say, "What are you doing, Jimmy?" Shooting silly videos again. Wonder if they have a clue what's going on. I don't know. That's a buck definitely there. I don't know. We know that there's at least 2. We don't know. What about that guy? Oh, that's one there too. Pretty sure that little one is licking his hind end. Yeah, that's a buck. And we know that that's a buck there in the middle as well. He doesn't have his head up now. So there's 3 little bucks out there, 3 little baby bucks out there that will have their first antlers this year. That will be interesting to watch the antlers grow. Absolutely no doubt about that. All right. Beautiful, beautiful spring morning, turning into summer here on Twin Eagle. Heaven on earth. Thank you, Lord Jesus. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So sensational just to walk right by. I'm only like 20 yards from that deer right there. Totally wild buck, baby buck. He's gonna have some good antlers. Not paying a whole lot of attention to me. The other deer, another buck. Gonna have some nice antlers. That one is, that's not his first antlers. And then another buck. So there's 3 bucks out there. 8 deer, 3 of them are bucks. You see that we're really, really close to them. They could care less. They know that they're safe. Once an animal knows that it's safe, they're pretty friendly. Don't think that applies to rattlesnakes. Of course, I don't know that a rattlesnake ever feels safe. I don't know if a rattlesnake ever feels safe. What a pretty picture that is right there. What a gorgeous picture that is. Look how green the grass is getting. Look how thick it's getting. Can't get any greener. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Now there is a picture that'll make your heart warm. That'll make your heart smile right there. That is the prayer circle. My Ram truck hooked up to my tracker 195 out there, getting ready to go fishing. That will make your heart smile. Look at that. All of those guys are in the prayer circle. I mean, the prayer circle is plumb full. Plumb full. Look at that. Is that gorgeous or what? I guess there's, I don't know how many deer there. 8, 9, 10. That's absolutely beautiful. They are. I got some clover planted in that prayer circle along with some rye, fescue, Bermuda. I know that people don't like yards that's got all that different stuff in them. But, gosh, it's a beautiful SGTM, Sustainable Green Team wrapped tracker boat. That's a pretty rig right there. Getting ready to head down to Texas. Hopefully get to fish this evening, a couple hours before dark. And speak at a church down there tonight. Really looking forward to all of that. But golly, how gorgeous is that? How gorgeous. Back up a little bit, Jimmy. Get them all in there. My buddy Larry Sissel told me that's what you wanted all your life, Jimmy. He said, look, you'll be able to look out your window just about anywhere and see deer. And he's right. And we've accomplished that. I get asked what my largest accomplishment I've done in my lifetime. I don't really have a clue what that is, but I'm sure it's something I've done for God. Maybe something I didn't even know that I did for God. I'm sure it's my greatest accomplishment. I'll find out one glorious day, because I'm sure that Jesus will tell me. Or maybe I'll meet someone in heaven that's there because I shared Jesus. Wow. That's sharing God right there. That's God sharing himself with me and with y'all as well. Isn't that beautiful? In the prayer circle on Twin Eagle Ranch. 8 or 9 deer. I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But I think there's some there I can't see that's behind the trees or whatever. There's another one over there. Golly. Is that something? Heaven right here on earth. Heaven right here on earth. Prayer circle, Twin Eagle Ranch, where the deer come to have prayer service. I love it, I love it, I love it. I want you to take a look at that. I come home from my Texas fishing trip and look out in the yard and look at that. Look at that. My goodness. The yard is completely full of geese and deer. That's right, geese and deer. Look at that down there. See all those deer out there? Look at all the baby geese. I don't know if I can count them or not. They're scattered out all over the yard. Look at that. Is that absolutely gorgeous? We can look over here. That one over there has got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's try to count. Let's try to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So all of the babies are there. And get in, look up here over the top of them, take a good look, and you see the deer. I think that might be Red Tag and her 2 youngins down here. And I want you to look over here at this big Canada geese right over there. He's sort of on guard. He's watching that way and making sure nothing can slip up on those babies. Mama over here is by the babies. She's on guard too. You look at her. They're not eating at all. They're just watching. That's all they're doing. Now over here, these Mama and Papa Canada goose over there, or both of them are, well, one of them's feeding. The other one's just watching. But look how big those have got. Those little ones in this one that's got 4 has almost got up to the size of the other ones that has 8. And you take a look at that. Now those geese are getting big. And they're just absolutely splendid, gorgeous. And of course, deer out there as well. What a sight to come home to. What a beautiful sight to come home to. We had a great trip in Texas, fishing down there, Carvin, Texas. And just absolutely had a blast down there. Caught crappie and bass. And it's a big bass too. The big bass was hard to come by, but we caught some. We had a almost 100-degree day down there this week. A couple days in the 90s, but really with a little cloud cover, a little breeze, it was pretty nice. But look at that. That's just absolutely spectacular. Just spectacular. What a thing to come home to. Uh-oh. You got to get them away from those deer. You see that? That mama goose come over there and got them away from the deer. Look at that. Oh, look at it. She's hollering at them. Oh, look here. She's getting in between the deer. The 2 mom and daddy geese are getting in between the deer and the goose. They don't know, deer's not going to hurt them, there's no doubt, but they don't know that. So they're protecting them. They're getting in between them and the deer. They're herding the babies up away from them, not letting them get close to those deer. And I mean, and talking to them. The deer said, we're not going to bother y'all. What's the matter with you? We're not going to bother y'all. Beautiful little baby buck with his first antlers. Isn't that something? Look at that goose get after that deer. Look at there. The deer think, hey, you want to play? I'll play. Look at there. Now the papa goose comes. Look at the geese getting after that deer. Look at that. Ah! Look at that. Ah, come on, we'll play. You want to do some playing? We'll play. Ha, 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 ha. That's funny. That is funny. The goose attacking the deer. They are incredibly great parents. They take care of their youngins. Have not lost a single one. They had 8, they still got 8. The other one had 4, they still got 4. So that is spectacular. Y'all are doing such a terrific job. Oh, here she goes. I'll run that baby back in there. I'll go back to that baby deer again. That's very cool. Very, very, very cool. That big mama right there taking care of her youngins. Y'all get in line.